Hi everybody, welcome to Joey on Wheels. I am Joey and I am on wheels. So today is Tuesday, July 14th. I know I usually start the weekly vlog on a Monday, but yesterday I basically spent the morning working, having almost an accident because B, my carer, who is outside of the UK at the moment, had decided to leave 2 bags in the middle of the hallway, and so while I was able to get past them on the way to the kitchen, I was not able to get past them easily on the way back. So I almost fell, and in not falling, I ended up yanking my back and neck, and that was not fun. I do not recommend it. And so because of that, I ended up finishing up captioning my video for AuthorTube on my tablet, which I didn't actually know that you can do. I originally thought, okay, I'll have to finish the captioning once I get back downstairs on Thursday. And then I thought, hang on a minute, I know you can bring up YouTube Studio on like the browser because you can't do it in the app, but I know you can do it on the browser. And so I thought, I'll just give it a check. So I did that, and then I thought, okay, well, I'll just do the positioning to make sure they're all in the right place. And then I thought, oh, I can do this on a tablet because I usually use a mouse to do it. And so that became I'll do it next time I'm downstairs. And then I had a nap. By nap, I mean 6 hours. And then I woke up and thought, actually, I will attempt to do this. And in attempting to do it, I did it. So, yay for me. But basically, long story short, I was in a lot of pain, very grumpy because B had left these bags out, and not feeling great. I mean, my back was hurting, my neck was hurting, and it got to the point where I didn't know if I was actually coming down with something or whether it was just the whole of the sucky day coming to make me just go, yeah, I'm just going to sleep now. I'm just going to sleep now. Tomorrow will be better. If it isn't, oh well. So that brings me to today. So I did work in bed today. I normally work, or at least the routine I am trying at the moment is Monday, Thursday, Friday downstairs, and Tuesday and Wednesday I work in bed. So I had like my morning to do work in bed, but I was also aware that I had my first therapy appointment today, or at least my first official therapy appointment, because I did have like a brief chat with my therapist on Friday just to make sure that we were on the right track, that we vibed together and all of that. And so I got up this morning. Like I say, got up. I am still in bed, as you can see. I got up, I did the things, and then I just, decided that I would get on with work, even though it was like a lot earlier in the morning than I would normally work. Normally, I work between 4:30 to, depending on what shift B is on, depends on whether I go to work or whether I wait until she's up and then do the thing, go to work. So like on shower days, obviously I generally need to wait for her to be up before I go and do something. But if she's working an early shift, that isn't a problem because she'll have to get up very early for that. So in the end, I did my work, and it took a lot longer than I thought it would. One, because I'm not all that smart sometimes, and so I saw on my keyboard, the tablet one I use, that it had like the red light on one side, and I thought, okay, that's cool, it's going through lights. No, Joey, its battery is draining rapidly, and it's going to cut out on you unless you plug it in. So it cut out on me, and I was like, okay, I don't know how I'm going to do the rest. But yeah, I did manage to get the plug to reach from over there to my bed. It just means that my tablet can only be like here. If I try and put it to the side like I do when I'm not working or not using the tablet, then I'm going to have some problems. So then I have to charge it overnight or something. But I mean, I probably will anyway, just to be sure. And then it got to the point where I thought, okay, I have this small window when maybe I can nap before therapy, no, didn't happen. Everything was going on. So let's get to the important bit, the therapy. It was really, really good to talk to Pippa. It was something where I'd gone into it because I'm an organized person. I kind of didn't know if I needed to have like an idea of what we should talk about today or whether we would just talk. The last time I did anything close to like therapy, I was at school and under a psychiatrist for various reasons. That didn't ever feel like anything good either because he didn't like me. I could tell you why he didn't like me, but it's also not really important. He kind of thought that I over-exaggerated what I was thinking and feeling. There's also the fact that my mum worked in a different department but in the same building, and things were shared that probably shouldn't have been. But anyway, yeah, so I didn't know really what to expect going into therapy, and because I'm organised, I wanted to be like, okay, I need to know exactly what I'm going to open with. I didn't open with that. Pippa, we said hi and hello and how are we and all of that stuff, and it felt like just like this safe space for me to just talk. And we talked about a lot of stuff. We talked about things from my childhood. We talked about, like, you know, the sepsis and everything that went with that. We talked about anxiety. We talked about diagnosis. We talked about just some of the things. Like, I loved that at the end, like, she kind of said, you know, hey, you look tired. And I am. She said sort of like, you know, that there's going to be a hangover from this. That's normal, and it'll take, you know, about 24 hours, but just, you know, be kind to yourself, to be gentle with yourself. And I really appreciated that because I could already feel some of that hangover, and I didn't really know whether I was doing it wrong or whether it maybe we weren't as good a fit as I thought we were, or maybe whatever reason, anxiety gonna anxiety. And it was just nice to have it confirmed that yes, you know, you're gonna feel like, you know, a bit run over for the day, and that's normal. That happens. It's a part of therapy. So yeah, that's basically been my day so far. I do plan to watch 3 videos, maybe. I'll at least finish the video I was watching, curl up for a bit maybe, and just breathe, recharge, and come back tomorrow to do work and you know, see where things go. So yeah, that's the start of this vlog. It's a chaotic start, but what can you do? Anyway, I will catch you next time. Hi everybody, it is July 15th, maybe, possibly, think so. I'm sat in my wheelchair just because I had a few bits and pieces done. I worked in bed today because it's Wednesday, and so work downstairs is tomorrow and Friday. I don't actually know what I'm doing downstairs tomorrow. I think it's, I don't know. I will find out. I have planned my next month. So I planned August out in the planner basically that I'm using, and I find that it's working out good. So with the weekends off, it depends on how many weekends there really are in the month, because the month starts on a Saturday. I think there's like 5 weekends in August, so that's more time off that I can't apply to other times off in the month. But, you know, it's going okay. The routine seems to be working, and it's just nice to get out of bed, get downstairs, and all the rest of it. So, yeah, today I have finished work, and so my plan for the rest of the day is to chill, to get some of the pain under control, to sort of like deal with the last pieces of the therapy hangover, because I have had that to a degree. So I feel like yesterday went really well. I really liked talking to Pippa. I really felt like I could. Which is something that I think you need when you're talking to a therapist. You need to know that you can say the things that you're thinking. But hopefully the rest of the day will just be chilling in bed. We did have like electric safety check. Apparently you're supposed to have one every 5 years. We have lived here 17 years. And before that, I lived in another council property for 6 years. Never had one. So
yeah, they came yesterday, they did their thing. They unfortunately have to come again at some point to do something with one of our electric things. It's over my head as to what they need to do. I just know it involves the sockets and the fuse board and all of that. But, it'll be done. Thankfully, the weather has cooled down. I say cooled down. It's still like high 20s, sometimes 30s, but it's cooled down enough that it's not as oppressive as it was. Obviously, the fan is still doing its job, and obviously, I'm still sort of like hoping that it cools down even more because, while yes, we are now in July, which makes it, basically summer. I just don't want to deal with heat wave after heat wave. I don't do well with them. So it's not just a British thing, it's a medical thing as well. My lungs do not like extremes. So, like in the winter with the sometimes extreme cold, I really suffer and pain really kicks up. And then other times in the summer with extreme heat, I kind of have the same situation, just slightly different reasons. So yeah, I don't like. I'm okay in spring. I'm okay in autumn. Those work for me. Summer and winter, not so much. Though, to be honest, I think if I had to choose, I prefer winter because you can add layers and such to warm yourself up. It's very hard to cool yourself down when you're that hot. So, yeah. But anyway, I'm going to get back into bed and curl up, watch a couple of YouTube videos, maybe nap, usual stuff. And I will catch you later.
Hello, it is July 16th, and I'm basically just finished with work. I work downstairs because it's Thursday, and I work downstairs on Thursdays, and I had revisions to get done. I really am kind of struggle busing this week. It's not just like pain issues, it's also just that therapy hangover and other factors coming into play. I'm trying to stay focused on the fact that things will go the way they will go, and I just need to basically go along with it. But my big worry is that it's a lot of things, and even though I've got like therapy on Tuesday, I'm just very anxious and very sort of like depressed, maybe. I mean, it's not surprising. I do have depression, so it's possible that I'm just having a depressive episode, which, sucks, but with everything going on in the background, it's just more worries, more anxiety, and more just wanting to somewhat find a normal. I got a phone call yesterday about a procedure that I had kind of thought that they'd just forgotten about, but that's booked for the 29th, so yay, I guess. My issue is that because I spoke to them when I was kind of a bit foggy, I didn't ask things like IV access, so I need to phone them again today, because if I do need IV access, I need to contact the PIC team who give me IV access. So yay. But once I post my AuthorTube video today, then I'm pretty much done, so I can go back upstairs and curl up. I say curl up. I have to shower, so that'll happen when it happens. But it's more just about finding a way to move forward with just like seriously thinking about what works and what doesn't, and just, hello Mink. There is a mink. She is a mink. She is a mink doing a minking things. Yes, you want strokes. The kitties do, help with depressive episodes because they're adorable and they're cute and they cuddle and just, distract you. I will say that with my neck problems, I'm having a lot more... Thanks, Mink. With my neck problems, I'm having a lot more sort of clicks, which are not good. And I'm not really sure what the options are here, because I'm not actually under like spinal or my neurologist anymore, because she discharged me after she diagnosed me. And obviously my carer is out of the country right now. She comes back tomorrow, but it will be basically after I've gone to bed. So the first day that I will actually see her is Saturday. And I guess it's just, I don't know if
it being as bad as it is, if I need to go to the hospital and get someone to look at it, or whether I should just tough it out at home, because yeah, I don't know. And that's one of the things about being chronically ill. You don't always know where the line is from deal with it at home to, oh my god, go to the hospital because it's serious. So yeah, I'm not really sure what to do about it, except maybe live with it. I will see how often it keeps happening, because if it keeps happening only a few times, then okay, not pleasant, but I can live with it. But if it keeps happening a lot, then I guess I'm gonna have to phone my GP and see what they say. Yeah, which is probably go to the ED, which no one likes. But yeah, I know this vlog is kind of gonna be a bit more, I'm not gonna say depressing, because there are good things in it, like, you know, that therapy session going really well. I think I just need to accept that things are not going to magically get better in 5 minutes, and I just need to keep myself aware that things take time. It takes time. That's okay. So yeah, I will see you in the next one. Hello, it is July 17th today, and it's Friday, so I'm downstairs for the last work of the week. I've just finished work. I am exceptionally tired. I am exceptionally in pain, and I just want to go upstairs, lie down, and just not exist for a time. I feel like my pain has been so much worse this week. I don't know whether it's been like triggered by the like therapy hangover. I don't know. I just know that it sucks. I have sort of like kept my carer, who is out of the country, informed. I have let carer 2, who is taking care of me while carer 1 is out of the country. And it's just a case of, you know, trying to do the best that I can and just focus on staying as okay as I can. I don't actually know at this point if it's going to become an ED visit or whether I'm going to just basically cope. Like I said, I think in the last clip, you know, there is a very thin line between, okay, we need to go to the hospital, and I can manage at home. And I feel like I'm slowly reaching that line, and I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't want to go to the ED because I know that they are overwrought. And while, you know, they'll do what they can to treat me, a lot of what I need is just, it's long term, basically. It's not something where they can give me a treatment, they can admit me or whatever and give me a treatment and all good. It's, this is my life for the rest of my life. And that sucks. So yeah, I'm just basically packing up my work stuff, and I'm heading upstairs to go back to bed and just enjoy the next 2 days off. Like I said, Kara is home today, but not until like really late tonight. So I will probably see her tomorrow. But work is done for the week. So that's a good thing. I'm trying to find the positives in this because, oh, it's just so much pain. And while I know that I need to sit up in my wheelchair more, because if I fall into that habit of staying only in bed, then sitting up becomes something I have to learn how to do again. And I don't want that, thanks. So, yeah, gonna go upstairs, gonna curl up and hopefully manage, basically. But I will see you in the next one. Hi everybody, it is July 19th, which means it's the end of the vlog because it's also Sunday. I have a lot of admin stuff to do today. We've just got back from town. My carer is home, so yay. She spent the first day home with a migraine, so that sucks. But we got some stuff done in town. We picked up a few bits and pieces. We got meds and such like that. And now we basically have life admin of disability paperwork to fill in. It's not fun. No one likes it. And I don't want to, but apparently I have to. So I'd kind of like to opt out of explaining how disabled I am, but the government insists. So yeah, I don't really know what the problem has been this week. I think it's been a mixture of pain and new problems with that pain, and not really knowing where the line is between go to the hospital and just struggle. I have managed to keep it to just struggle, which isn't ideal, but also my carer, or my main carer, was out of the country, and my other carer is not really qualified to do that kind of thing. Like, if it had been like a legitimate medical emergency, they would have dealt with it fine, but it's better for my main carer to be dealing with that kind of stuff. So yeah, we have the paperwork. We have basically gotten to a point where I think the line was very nearly crossed yesterday, and so we almost had to go to the ED, but today it seems to be better. So yeah, I don't know whether that will mean that at some point during the week my carer comes home and I'm like, yeah, my life sucks. But there we go. It's been a long week, and I do have therapy again on Tuesday, which, you know, happy about, and hopefully things will go well there and I'll be able to talk about everything. But otherwise, I'm going to end the vlog here. Like I said, get back in bed and get on with life admin stuff. And yeah, thanks for watching. I like, comment, subscribe, and I will probably see you in the next one.